And good afternoon, everyone, and welcome out to Louisiana Christian University. That is the site of the ACEL Varsity CoEd Soccer State Championship semifinal action set up for today. I am Doug Gann with 446 Sports alongside my broadcast partner Chuck Perkins, ready to bring you exciting CoEd soccer action. A blustery afternoon turning into evening, if you will, but we're so glad that you're joining us. If you're following along live, then welcome, and we appreciate having you here. If you're going back and watch this one, yeah, you know how cold it was out there, but what a great night for soccer it is, coming up for the one of two. But at this time, we'll welcome in my broadcast partner, Chuck, and what do you think about it?
Well, I'm telling you, it's blustery, but just like the logo that you see there on the field, the only thing that's really missing is the U, right? So formerly known as Louisiana College, it is now the Louisiana Christian University.
You've been working on that joke for a while, haven't you?
For the last about 15 seconds, yes. It just kind of popped there, yeah. I know, it's impressive.
Well, it's in honor of my buddy Rich Dupree, who is along with us doing PA here in the park, and so excited. That was the same type of grief. You know, when your kids, you tell them that you hope they grow up and they have kids just like you. I think somewhere Rich said he wished I'd have a broadcast partner like I used to do, and Dad would be proud, because indeed I do. The Knights of Southwest Louisiana are here. The SWLA Knights are in, and this is they've reached the state finals. Chuck, 4 of the last 5 years have yet to come out victorious. They have won this game and went on to the state championship game and have not been able to get over that final hump. But they come in with reigning MVP Bryce Cowart and looking to have a big weekend here. You know the Knights are, but John Paul the Great Academy, they said, we don't care how long you've been here. We're coming out, and we want our shot at this state championship as well. So it should be a good night for soccer. It's going to be certainly a cool night. These guys are used to it. They play in a lot of that cold weather, being a winter weather sport. But we're getting ready to go.
Yes, indeed, and I'm glad they're used to it, because I'm telling you, my old bones, now that I have reached that certain age where I can actually qualify myself and say that with some level of experience, this was pretty chilly out here, but glad you have joined us online.
You have. Again, we mentioned John Paul the Great Academy coming in, and they will play the Knights of Southwest Louisiana.
Easy for you to say.
The homeschool athletics, and so they are in traditional colors that you would see out of that Lake Charles area, the blue and the orange, and the John Paul the Great Academy are all bundled up still. They look like they'll be in the white jerseys with the black block letters, getting ready for our national anthem and prayer. So we're going to turn it over to Rich Dupree.
Even in the coldness of the night, these young men and young ladies have worked very hard to get to this point, and we're honored to be able to host it here. We're honored to be able to have this opportunity to showcase their talent. I thank you for the families that have traveled with them throughout all of their athletic careers and have prepared them for this moment. Keep us injury-free and let us have traveling grace when we depart this place in a couple of hours. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. If you would, join me in our Pledge of Allegiance, please, as we face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you for joining me with that. Ladies and gentlemen, you can have a seat as we get ready to introduce to you our teams that will be playing in varsity semifinal number 1 of our CoEd Soccer State Championships. First of all, the visitors from Lafayette, John Paul the Great Academy. And what I'd ask that you do as I call out your name, if you would please either step forward, wave, or do something so that we'll know that we got your name right. How about that? All right, your head coach for John Paul the Great Academy is Ryan Gray. Now your team, number 12, Samuel LeBlanc. Number 10, Anthony Salvatierra. Number 3, Luke Manuel. Number 14, Abigail Whitman. Number 16, Miguel Pagan. Number 19, Mary Kramer. Number 20, Joseph Williams. Number 18, Madeline Hernandez. Number 25, Gavin Fernandez. Number 29, Christian Deku. Number 43, Zoe Thomas. Number 31, John Herpin. Number 0, Micah Thomas. Number 5, Ellen LeBlanc. Number 6, Dominique Pagan. Number 7, Jacques Fontenot. Number 2, John Paul Hebert. Number 15, Teresa Fradell. And number 44, Owen Hernandez. This is John Paul the Great Academy out of Lafayette. They will be your visiting team on the scoreboard. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the home team on the scoreboard. It is the Southwest Louisiana Homeschool Athletics from Lake Charles. Your head coach is Mark Cowart, assisted by Aaron Candle. Now, your team that will be playing in this first semifinal game. Number 2, Sydney Manuel. Number 3, Braden Johnson. Number 4, Luke Spire. Number 5, Bryce Cowart. Number 6, Peyton Candle. Number 7, Kaylin Candle. Number 9, Zachary Escude. Number 10, Genevieve Cowart. Number 12, Kerrigan Richmond. Number 14, Abigail Hoffpower. Number 16, Madison Candle. Number 20, Evan Robertson. Number 23, Mackenzie Caldwell. Number 28, Damian Cowart. Number 31, Riley Richmond. Number 40, Trip Spire. Number 45, Corbin Caldwell. And number 51, Grayson Johnson. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Southwest Louisiana Homeschool Athletics Knights. All right, we're ready to get our first finalist set as we get ready to start our game. Again, welcome to Louisiana Christian University here in Pineville, right off the Pineville Expressway. You can, of course.
All right, Chuck, there you go. You have the call out of the teams that are on there. We appreciate PA announcing longtime voice of Central Louisiana Athletics, Rich Dupree. And out there, you see the keepers for tonight for John Paul the Great. In goal will be Dominic Pagan, number 6. And in goal for the Knights will be number 51, Grayson Johnson. Grayson Johnson having a great season, has allowed just 12 goals on the season, has 32 saves in 8 games. Chuck, in just his first year of playing soccer.
Oh, my goodness. first year, that's an impressive resume already.
It is. Young man's an 8th grader out here doing this. So big things to come out of that young man that is in goal. They also boast the reigning state MVP in Bryce Cowart and have been here and yet to get the state championship wrapped up. And you know Coach Cowart and that group want to do that. But standing in their way is this John Paul the Great Academy squad that doesn't care about past records or anything. They're here playing their game and looking for their state title.
Absolutely are. I mean, you know, and what a better venue to be at. You know, make it to the ship, as they say.
There you go. A very, very cold night and going to get a little chillier throughout the evening. Fans that have made it out. You see some makeshift tents that are there, some heaters that have made their way out, and ready to get things going here at Louisiana Christian University. 80 yards on the field, of course, as you know, and so they'll put the goals at the 10 on either side of it, but we'll have the ability to play sideline to sideline as you look at the football field. And we'll keep you posted on everything that goes along. I know that I guess color commentary and play-by-play not really dominant when it comes to this, but we'll keep you updated throughout as to what's going on. And John Paul the Great does control and ready to go. Quickly attacking. There's a save in by Pagan, so mark up the first save of the night. Again, Chuck, we talked about in CoEd, you have to have one female on the field at all times. Can't have a squad that's all guys.
Yes, indeed. I mean, that does. And, you know, I've seen some girls soccer, and I'll tell you what, they outplay several of the boys that I've seen.
No, there's no doubt about that. Knights back on their end of the field. They'll try to get things set up, give the opportunity to clear out.
I believe that constitutes a goal kick there.
John Paul the Great been attacking most of early on here. Again, we'll play the 2 halves plus any additional time that's gathered in. Couple of shots on goal for this Knights team, but not anything with any power on it. So they've been a couple of easy saves by Pagan back there.
Might be just testing the waters a little bit with them just to see where they're at. And
getting ready to inbounds to the near side. That is Madison Candle. Then out and off, and it'll stay down here. Good crowd that's made it in, filling up the purple and orange seats that that designate the home side seating area for Louisiana Christian University. The season ticket holders, of course, right in the middle of where we're at. New Jumbotron off to the right is seen. There you see some of the folks that are making their way in here in the makeshift tent that's there. Now getting ready from the corner, ready to do this, is Cowart. Cowart, we talked about, again, reigning MVP here, this the state MVP.
Nice tip out by the goalie there, the keeper.
Cowart tries to get it out, but going to be picked up and saved and sent the other way by John Herpin. out, and it will go back over to the Knights.
Keeper came out quite a bit there.
He came out of ways to turn around, and that's almost no man's land where you're at coming out and doing that. But they'll tell you, if you're the keeper, you come out and play that ball. You see a lot of times where they'll sit back on it. That gives one of the other aggressive players a chance to come in. But good work out of Pagan there, the freshman keeper for this John Paul the Great team.
Yeah, when you get out of that box, it's time to put your hands in your pocket.
Like good body work. Both teams settled into this. We're still scoreless. You see on our Louisiana Eye and Laser Center scoreboard that is down at the bottom, we are 446 Sports bringing you the action. And great time that we've had with the folks with ACEL, the Association of Christian Educators of Louisiana. We were in town calling their volleyball state championships and their 8-man championship that's had. We'll be here this weekend. We'll be here next weekend with basketball, and then back in April for their baseball and softball state championships. But it belongs to soccer tonight and tomorrow. So we'll have this playoff game. We'll have the second semifinal game that will come up, and then we'll crown a champion tomorrow. That game should get rolling around 2 p.m. We'll have the JV state championship for you at 10 o'clock in the morning. The consolation, so the two teams that don't finish on top in this one tonight will be back and going tomorrow at noon.
Nice throw in there.
Good moves to the near side. That is Samuel LeBlanc.
Oh, wow.
And now Pagan will come back out and get this one. It's 4 saves that I have for Pagan. Early, as there's been some activity on him.
Oh, goodness.
You're looking at the far side in the tennis courts, as you see off to the top of your screen. No visiting bleachers here at Louisiana Christian University. It's all on the home side. Had to make as best use as they could getting the football field in here in the first place, and that led to the tennis courts being set up there. So home and visitors on the near side.
When we get a little break, Doug, I have to give them a little panoramic view if they've not ever been to the facilities.
Yeah, we'll check that out and see what's going on. You'll see the expressway that's off into the distance, and a lot of the comforts here in this this cozy little park that is Wildcat Stadium.
Creature comforts, as we call it.
There's Coward getting it out around midfield. He gets it dumped off. But there's Pagan going to not really be tested on that one. Going to be offsides called there, and it'll go the other way.
Yep.
Didn't know I knew that one, did you, Chuck?
That was impressive. I assumed that's what it was, but I'm glad you recognized it as a faux show.
Yeah, that's correct. Again, learning this along the way with a lot of them. We learned a lot about volleyball when they had it this season in the state championships, but just excited to be here with you, bringing this. We cover, gosh, probably over 100 games plus a season, no matter what sport it is, while the kids are in school. Do a little bit of summer league stuff, but mostly it is here. So if you just like high school sports and you're a fan of it, go up and give us a like and a follow at the top of the page that you're watching on, and you'll be updated anytime that 446 Sports go live. Going to make the transition over to Boxcast probably next week and just have everything there. We'll post the links to these games, but it won't ever go anywhere. It'll still be there.
Boxcast has been wonderful too, Doug. I mean, it provides such a great view, and you can connect it to your big screen.
Yeah, they do. There's on a Roku. There's the Boxcast app, so you can watch it on your TV if you have that Roku with the Boxcast TV app. And again, it's always going to be free. There is a donation box there if you choose to do that, but we're never going to charge anybody to watch these games. We're proud to bring that to you along with our sponsors, and you'll see about those through the break.
And I can say that the Boxcast works on any smart TV. It just doesn't have to be Roku or Apple. It'll work on any connected, internet-connected TV that's a smart TV that you can put apps on.
Yeah, we're so excited about the progress that's going on there at 446 Sports. But again, the basis behind that is that we are so humbled to be partnered with ACEL for their championship games. That one's inside. They were looking to get something going. Shot on goal, and it's up, and it is in. That's going to be, he just came into the game. That's Zachary Escade that comes in and gets that one, the 8th grader, from just off to the right side as you're looking in. So give that to Zachary Escade. And, boy, I missed it. So we're running the graphics up here, too. Hold on. We got to throw him a big goal on the screen. That's right. Zachary Escade gets that in number 9. And we're off and running at 1-0 here for Southwest.
Goal to number 9, Zachary Escade.
Looking to come right back, and that one's not there. That shot was solid from number 2, John Paul Hebert. Unable to get that go in, but a good job of Johnson shading the near side and getting that out of there. But it does go out, and so you'll see a corner kick here. Again, all the time is kept down on the field, so uncertain of where we're at. But again, Zachary Escade just getting back into soccer, took a couple of years off, and you know that the Knights are happy to have him out there getting the first goal of the night.
Trying to find the right position for the ball, having to dodge that corner flag there.
Corner kick is there. It's out and cleared, no good. Staying on the attack, though. And it'll come out and go the other way.
I think that's going to warrant an offsides as well. No delay in that game.
No, they get after it. I'm going to tell you, this is, you play through with the time. It doesn't stop. And that's one thing. If you've just found us and you're not used to watching, those that have tuned in and are watching this and following their teams along, again, going back and watching this, understand that a lot of this, there are some newer people watching that just follow along with the channel. So we'll try to explain some things as we go along throughout.
Nice save there to keep it from going through that back part of the field. Sorry about that from the camera. That it keeps it from being a corner kick. So now they just have to do a throw in.
So saving that from going out of bounds and making it out onto the side. Heads up play down there by number 20, and that is Evan Robertson. Knights with an early 1-0 lead. John Paul the Great trying to get this equalizer, but that one is kicked up to near the scoreboard, bouncing around just shy of the goalpost there. that would be the Pine Street end zone. Is Pine Street the street that you're seeing that runs across it? We mention that because that's where the goalpost faces during the Wildcats football, and extra points end up over in the yard across the street. So that's one of those quaint little tendencies here at Wildcat Stadium.
And I think recently they put up a net there on those goalposts. It's not much of a net, but it does, if it's fair or it's a good point when they kick it, it does kind of keep it from going through the house.
Going the other way now are the Knights. A mishap and turn back over. And again, kicked out of bounds to save a run out is Robertson.
Just beyond that, those benches over there on that visitor side is kind of a steep hill that goes down to those tennis courts, so have to chase that ball down a little bit.
Yeah, so there was just a little bit of room, and so they go in. I guess it's been 20 years now. They drop in the football field, and have that. Again, the tennis courts are there. Off to your right, English Village, which are the dormitories here. The softball field, baseball field is up there, as well as the administration and classrooms and such. And again, throughout the evening, we'll show you a little bit more of what's going on. Again, I'm Doug Gann alongside of Chuck Perkins, bringing you semifinal number 1. This is John Paul the Great Academy and the Knights of Southwest Louisiana. This is the Association of Christian Educators of Louisiana, the ACEL State Championships. There was Escudé again getting a foot on it going out. He's got the only goal of the match. Coming in for the first time for John Paul the Great and getting her first action, Ellen LeBlanc. She makes her way in.
Got a sub coming in there. And
that is number 7, Kaylin Candle is there. She's the junior. Again, the Knights in familiar territory, Chuck. They've been to the finals 4 of the last 5 years, yet to hoist the crown, though. And you've got the reigning state MVP out there who's had another tremendous year in Bryce Coward. He's been rather quiet in this one tonight.
It might just kind of be pacing himself, letting some other things happen and finding that mark. That would be nice.
Tough night for these folks that are coming out that have been on the sideline for any bit of time. Everybody goes out and they warm up, and then they come over and sit, and you get tighter quicker in this cold weather, trying to stay as warm as best they can. There's a tent with a heater that is lined up.
See there in the bottom left-hand corner.
And the ball will go up. Ball's not going to get into the area where the heater is because it's well guarded.
I see that.
With players.
Everybody vying for that goalie position or that
right.
The keeper
the
position.
Wall that's there, correct.
Yes. Working on their goal kick or,
right.
or their penalty kick wall.
And back down the hill they go, getting that ball.
That gets you a little extra exercise, having to run that heel every once in a while.
Yeah, as a point now, your body's starting to warm up. You've been out there. You're used to it. You're going. You don't feel the weather as bad as the folks that are sitting in the stands that are on those cold metal bleachers.
No, definitely don't.
One to nothing again in this one. Knights have the lead. That was on the Zachary Escudé goal from earlier. turning and quickly going back the other way. But the Knights step in. Just back and forth, Chuck. We saw the one deepest drive got Escudé his goal on the night, and the Knights now just back and forth inside the 40s here.
Right there at midfield, yep.
In chase, that was Ellen LeBlanc. She just tried to get it before it got to that sideline, unable to do so, but great effort and hustle out of LeBlanc, the sophomore. Again, we talked a little bit with Sandy Morrow, the director of all of this, and what a great job she's done organizing all of this. And here in Central Louisiana, just welcoming this group from ACEL up here. They crowned their volleyball and junior varsity volleyball state champions, their 8-man football state champions, and now looking to crown a junior varsity and a varsity state champion this weekend before they turn around and get back up here for boys and girls basketball next weekend. So if you're following along and looking, we will have our link posted to the games tomorrow. The game tonight, of course, is already posted, the second round of this one. And then we will see, we'll have all
look
three.
At there.
There
nice
it is.
Shot. Passed over from this near sideline over, and there he was running up to grab the score. Let me see if I catch his number there.
16. Miguel Pagan got that one.
Yes.
And so he's got the
number 16, Miguel Pagan.
The equalizer there. Miguel Pagan gets that, and we're knotted at 1.
Tying us up at 1. Don't forget, concession stand is open downstairs. I know one of the hot sellers is the hot chocolate. So check it out right underneath the stands. Thank you for the thumbs up there. Yes, right beneath us here at Wildcat Field.
Again, one of the times that you'll get the fans here to get up and going is the mention of hot chocolate in the concession stand. There's another clear out looking to the near side. Going to go out and back. Shot just off of the mark.
To facilitate the expedited play, they have an extra ball behind the goal there. And I guess somebody will run over and catch the one that's kind of rolled up on the berm back on the back side of, just outside of Wildcat Field there.
Great area that's up there. You'll see that during football season, full of people with lawn chairs and blankets. It's a great atmosphere here at Louisiana Christian University. We're tied at this one, 1 apiece. We play in the first half. Come the near side, good defense, and that one's cleared out of there by Pagan, the one that scored earlier, not to be confused with Dominic, who is in goal. And back down the hill. You saw that time, player that was to that side, just like, oh, not at the hill again.
Yes.
They're starting to be aware of that drop-off that's over there.
And it will wear on you, right?
Look, we're just glad that this game is going on today and not yesterday when all of that rain went through.
My goodness, indeed. Had a hefty storm.
Had some snow flurries up in Natchitoches today even, which is just an hour north of where we are here.
Had lots of hopes of snow flurries in this area, I can tell you.
That one shot out to the near side. Bounces though and controlled by the Knights. Knights trying to get back the lead. But great job by John Paul the Great of getting back and tying this thing up. What was a great kick there by Miguel Pagan. Checking back in now, Madison Candle. We see her switching spots and coming back to the side now that's Riley Richmond. You see Coach Coward over to the near side. He's talking to Escudé, getting Escudé ready to get back in.
Nice little volley there midair between the two opposing players.
Good job coming out and getting that one was Johnson. Johnson, the 8th grade keeper for this Knights team. 8th grader came up and aggressively played that one. That was controlled to the near side by Genevieve Cowart, but unable to get there as there was a host of opponents there. Working back again is Pagan. He's got the only goal. Muscled up there and knocked down. Getting physical there between Abear and Cowart. We'll discuss a little bit with Cowart. Long shot, errant there, goes off to the right side, hits the 10-yard line, which is now the end line here. Checking back in is Kerrigan Richmond. Richmond will come on to the field. So you see Coach Gray for this this John Paul the Great Academy team. When every few seconds he'll get his players up and have them run down to the end line to stay loose. You don't see that out of the Knights team as they're underneath the tent. So it's kind of a tale of two ideas there, Chuck.
It really is. So get the blood flowing or staying warm, one of the two, but it's definitely with this cold weather, it's good to keep those joints loosened up and moving because they will stove up on you. Oh, good block in the middle there.
Again, this semifinal is set to punch a ticket between Southwest Louisiana. There's a run out. Johnson's going to come up and get that one. Southwest Louisiana and John Paul the Great battling here. It's the Acadiana Homeschool Athletics team and the Christian Home Educators Fellowship will be doing battle in the second semifinal. That is going to be the one that starts around 7 and just going to get colder as it nears that 8 and 9 o'clock mark. Thankful that we're high above it in the press box here. Johnson's going to get another shot coming out past the 20 on that one to pick it up.
Got to be careful of that line out there. I think it's the 25-yard line of the football field is probably his limitation.
Good job defensively there. That's number 3, Luke Manuel, that was playing defense. Good hard run inside, but Manuel was there. That was pressure that was put on by Robertson, but Manuel was up to the task.
corner kickoff of this one.
Good shot at it that time, but unable to get that one in there.
As you could hear the from the fans there.
Yeah, Coward thought he had a shot at it, and what a great, I guess, a great job at that that lay down bicycle kick, I guess, if you will.
Yeah.
Both teams got a goal early, and now it's settled down just a bit as we play tied at 1. Struggling just a little bit down in the corner, and that's a little bit. Look, I'm telling you, Chuck, the cold has that turf a little bit slicker and a little bit harder to manage on than just natural grass. And struggled with it from the start, did Pagan. It just seemed like it was out of sorts there as the ball was kicked off to his left. In from the corner, cleared out well by John Paul the Great.
Oh,
got a break on that one, didn't they?
They really did. You saw seeing his run over there. Is it going to stop? Is it going to stop?
Hit the trash can and stayed in. Or stayed up the hill, rather.
Yes. That was a good check.
Yeah, Coward. You see him drop and collapse on Coward. And that one's sent out of there by Pagan. Again, to familiarize yourself a little bit, if you've not been here, the way this field is nestled in, you've got what we call the Pineville Expressway that is here, that is just off to the backside. That shot goes to the right. But what you'd look if you're looking out across that expressway and you go to the left where the camera is spinning, you get back into Pineville and make your way down towards the business section, I guess, if you will. Over behind us is the downtown area. But when you pan off further to the right, you get into what is Alexandria and the makeup for Central Louisiana here between Alexandria and Pineville and Ball and Woodworth and Tioga. Out, and that's going to go over to John Paul the Great.
And understand why ACEL likes to come to this area, because it's a good centrally located area. Gets them away, nice community. They bring so much to this area when they come here to visit and host these games here, and so just an enjoyment for us to get to be a part of it with them as well.
Without a doubt, you'll get a lot of them that, I mean, because everybody makes plans to stay tonight. Nobody makes plans to not have their hotel room tonight, because staying tonight means you're up and playing for a state championship tomorrow. As chasing this one back into the backfield goes the Knights, and that's going to be out of bounds. They'll inbound from there. But I know our area, we're seeing great restaurants around this area. We've got Buckets just up the road. Quibido's Cajun Cafe is there. Do yourself a favor. If you are in town and you're watching this one, make it a point to stop by Quibido's before you get out of here this weekend. If you're coming back up for basketball, put that on your list. A number of tremendous restaurants in this area. Again, we mentioned Buckets, Walk-Ons right up the road in Alexandria, so a number of places here, and certainly well received with every having you guys in here.
Yes, and then in Pineville in the downtown area, besides the really nice restaurants like that, they have a good little food truck area down there.
Yeah, if you're watching this one tonight, head down to the Main Street Food Truck Park. It is probably moments from the campus here at Louisiana College. Was founded by a Louisiana College graduate. They have live music on Saturdays. There's a lot of stuff to do, and you just hang around outside at the food truck park.
A lot of selections. Every day is a
You say election?
selection.
Election's coming up too.
They are indeed.
Going to have a new mayor in Pineville.
They are indeed.
I got to believe he's sitting in a booth.
I would venture to say you're probably correct there, sir. And I don't know if it's cold or what happened to that one.
It's going to get us to the half.
There we go.
It's going to get us to the half. We are tied at 1. You see the fans, they're going to take this opportunity to head down to the hot chocolate. We're going to take this opportunity to introduce you to some of our sponsors. We'll be back when the second half gets going. You're listening to and watching the ACEL Soccer, CoEd Varsity Soccer State Championship Semifinal Game number 1 on 446 Sports.
Make sure you check that out. Also, don't forget that
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by 2 walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
The fine folks at BK Distributors want to thank all the educators for weathering the storms, so to speak, through 2020 and beyond. Thank you for your dedication to our children. The end of the school year awards are now available. Any type of award, trophies, banners, plaques, they do it all at BK Distributors. So with school almost out, that means summer leagues are in full swing. New items, same great prices, and fast turnaround. BK Distributors, Highway 20 in East Pineville behind Arby's. Now, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Security Sporting Good wants to tell you all camo is 50% off, and it's fishing season. In the red corner, it's Powerhouse Combo Zoom and Lose. And in the blue corner, seasoned veteran Abu Garcia. These 3 name brands will take care of all your fishing needs. Plus, Old Town Kayaks are coming soon. Need a handgun? In stock, Springfield, Sig, Glock & Smith & Wesson at Security Sporting Goods, 2220 Memorial Drive, Alexandria.
The following things are just plain wrong. Pouring coffee into a light socket. Dressing a 300-pound man in a tiny pink Speedo. And hiring an unqualified employee for your business.
Express Employment Professionals in Alexandria is here to assist you in hiring that right employee or helping you find your perfect career. Apply online at expresspros.com/AlexandriaLA.
In Central Louisiana, you might see me at the ballparks or soccer fields, or we might cross paths at the grocery store. I'm your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, your local expert when it comes to protecting what you love and depend on. I'm Jason Hawk. Learn more about how Farm Bureau insurance can save you time and money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK and let me help you protect your biggest investments. Real service, real people. Farm Bureau Insurance.
Back to Louisiana Christian University, getting ready for second half action in this one. We are tied at 1. The winner of this goes on to play for the CoEd Varsity State Championship of the Association of Christian Educators of Louisiana. That game, again, we said, is at 2 o'clock tomorrow. Right now, a goal by Zachary Escade for the Knights and by Miguel Pagan for John Paul the Great, and we are underway here. Switch ends of the field, and they'll attack in different directions, and right away, the Knights looking to get to business. Chuck, looks like they're coming out with a little more aggressiveness here in the second than they did with the first, knowing that they're 1/2 away from playing for a state championship or going home.
It almost like they started the game a little more, I mean, they weren't as aggressive as this, but it's like they started the game under a little more of attack than they kind of faded off. So I wasn't sure if the cold kind of caught up with them and they had a chance to warm up at halftime and come out here and try to get things rolling again. But definitely they have turned up the heat.
See, that's what the stadium scoreboard operator got jokes. He's got it where it says "fire it up," trying to I guess give a little subliminal messaging. But back down the hill go the Knights, retrieving the ball. That's number 3, Braden Johnson. And then back up the hill. So that's cutting off, you talk about it, but this 45 minutes, that's a running clock, of course, here. That takes a little time off of it, and you use up about a minute or so each time you go up and down that hill.
Yeah, and since we don't have springtime temperatures, I'm sure, of course, if you have the lead or if it's springtime, if it's not springtime temperatures, you're not really worried about that clock stopping too much for you.
Yeah. Again, we are here with 446 Sports bringing you the ACEL semifinal game number 1. There's a shot to the goal. Nope, got out of there. Cowart does a good job of getting that ball out of the zone. Cowart, again, the reigning state MVP. A little bit of a trip from behind. We'll see if he gets whistled for it.
Here's that wall we were talking about in front of that heater tent they had over here on the side.
And that wall's pretty good, but the one that was in front of the heater was solid.
Definitely more people in the line there.
Good job of coming up and playing that block.
Another
and that
block.
one off and out of bounds. Look, I'm telling you, the intensity in the first 2.5 minutes of this second half is ramped up from where we spent the last 25 minutes or so of the first.
Absolutely, it has. And, it's going to be interesting to see what these next, say, 40 minutes are going to be about.
Corner kick is headed out of there. There's Pagan working down low. He's got the only goal for that John Paul the Great team. There's a shot and a good save. That one was sent to the right side of the net, but knocked out of there by Dominic Pagan. Or correction, that was Grayson Johnson.
That'll award them a corner kick, at least. Another shot at it. Keeps the goal chances down here for them.
Look, that was in that spot that's just beside the pipe there that you want to try to slide it in, but Johnson was there and ready for the task. Another shot on goal and another one knocked out of there by Johnson. That's 2 good kicks from point blank by Anthony Salvatierra, unable to get that one in. Salvatierra's late grandfather Erwin played soccer for the Colombian national team several years ago against Pele.
Oh, my
so
goodness.
How do you like that?
That's a record to have, or a status to continue with. Get a chance to play at the next level, maybe with another one, and have another heirloom to hold on to.
So I guess the one of the only memories that I have much as a youngster was the old Pele lunchbox You know, the metal lunchbox. I don't know if you had that one or the Eva Knievel one.
Yes, indeed.
That shot is there, and it's saved by Escade, getting pressured.
Mine was the Evil Knievel or Awful Knaufel, as I was called on the bicycle that I had riding around.
Now, look, we were discussing scars from bicycles as kids just a couple of nights ago. And, yeah.
Got a few of them.
I think every person our age has some sort of scar from a youth-like accident. There's a long shot down. See if Johnson's able to get over there. Rolling around, he's out of the goal, but only person there were Knights. And that was one that got tense quickly for the Knights.
Ended up with a corner kick.
Long way to go in this one, just 5 minutes into this second half. Good job, Coward, coming up and blocking that one. I'm telling you, the pressure has been put on this second half by this John Paul team. Anthony Salvateria has the 3 shots on goal and has had pretty good ones. You got to believe that he is looking to get things going. He is the junior that is out here and has really had some great looks at it, but equal to the task has been Grayson Johnson. Folks gathering up right under the on-field or our ambiance microphone to get out of the wind. Pull that down because you just never know the conversations. There's a shot in against that wall, saved out by John Paul the Great.
Yeah, respect those privacies a little bit.
Right.
Young fellow there's probably going to tell some stories of what happened at school today.
Well, it's like the conundrum, I guess, if you will. You get pocket dialed.
Yes.
Do you hang up or do you listen a little while?
Honestly, if it's my brother, I'll listen for a little while. I can
Absolutely, you do.
I can
Look,
promise
you could. Anybody can say, "Oh no, you hang up right away." No, you don't.
No, back in the day, whenever when we first got a cordless phone at the house, it was pretty cool because I also got a scanner that you could scan the wireless frequencies, and I actually listened to some of his lovey-dovey conversations with his girlfriend at the time. So that was pretty fun until he caught on to it and was a little upset with me.
Then you go back further to that when Rich was growing up and he had a party line on his phone. 7 or 8 people had the phone. That was in there on that one. I jest. He's only a couple of years older than I am, I think. Or maybe the same age. I don't know.
448-TIME to find out the time, huh?
Wow. That is old school. So anyway, back to action here. 8 minutes into this one, and look, if you appreciate what we're doing, leave us a nice comment on there. If you turn the volume down and not listen to us, don't tell us anything. We're happy to bring this to you, and glad that you're here watching on 446 Sports. This is a good one, knotted at 1, about 9 minutes into, or correction, 8 minutes into this second half. Shot from the side.
Oh,
there's Johnson once again. Get that out of there. Not a real solid shot, but just pressing something. And Johnson's like, I've had enough of this. Let's get it down. But he chunks it out of bounds. And down the hill. That might have been what he did. He's throwing it down the hill.
That's it.
And so tomorrow, after the championship they'll be announcing the All-State Awards. They'll also be announcing the girls' MVP. Here's a shot in. Good save there. Cowart thinking about it, trying to move around. That ball is he quickly. Anytime he gets the ball on foot, he's surrounded by 2 or 3 opposing players. They know the caliber that Cowart is. There's a throw in. Looking for Coward. He looks to head it and gets out of there. Escade with a big save underneath, and he'll run out and get this into play.
There's definitely an art to those keepers flinging the ball out, kind of like a slingshot throw there.
Chasing this one down, and Johnson coming there making another run for it. Salvateria, he's looking at the official to the near side saying he got shoved before he got there, but the official says play on. That one's knocked out. That was Robertson there. Down on the end where the new Jumbotron is, or the scoreboard screen, I guess, if you will, that is new here at Louisiana Christian University. Put up after football season and will debut out in the fall again when the students and student athletes make it back to campus. Real good signing day they wrapped up here on Wednesday.
Picked up several local athletes that I saw.
A lot of good talent coming in for Coach Drew Maddox and these Wildcats. That one shot inside, kicked out of there and no good. Out to the other side, and the only question is, will it stay up? No, it doesn't.
And back down the hill.
Lick went over and got the spare one, too, because the other one went down the hill. So now you got one down by the tennis courts. "11 minutes in to this one. There's Johnson. Johnson's just let the one go through tonight.
I can see the downhill shots playing a huge advantage if you do actually get the lead here for 1 point. Just start kicking them down the hill. Burn the time up.
You're exactly right. Look at the man getting into the stall. And just, playing, it's like icing or getting it back and playing defense. You do. That's a good point.
Why not? Use the field to your advantage.
And that one's kicked, and there's a save by one of the opposing players that are warming up, getting ready for the second semifinal game. It's scheduled for a 9 o'clock or 7 o'clock start. Ooh, easy there, 9 o'clock start.
Yeah, easy for us to say, huh?
You can see folks starting to settle down now. They came out with the first 5 or 6 minutes. There's going to be a foul that's assessed there. Cowart got tangled up that time with Miguel Pagan. And over discussing with Pagan now, and that's going to give a kick there to Cowart.
It's good that the refs do that. They kind of educate them in what they're looking at and seeing what they saw, and it kind of helps so they correct their own field at the time. Seen that a lot with these soccer officials. Love of the game, I guess.
There's Cowart with a shot, and he's got it. Tried to come up and make the block, did that front line, but just well played by Cowart. He gets that one at the 13-minute mark. Bryce Cowart, the reigning MVP. And that was set up perfectly. You saw him just right over that wall into that left side of the goal. You know, the side of the goal is what it looks like they aim for, because the keeper's in the middle of it, unsure of which way to go. And just a solid shot on goal, and the goal by Cowart. Give him credit for that one at the 13-minute mark. 2-1 now. The Knights have the lead. So just what we had heard about the reigning state MVP, he was going to come out there and make a statement tonight, and he did that with that goal. 2-1. Knights have the lead, 13 and a half minutes in. Again, we told you Knights have been to the state championship for the last 5 years, yet to hoist the crown. They are looking to do that this year. But Miguel Pagan and that group from John Paul the Great Academy are staying in there and not wanting to let any of that happen. Look, good job banging around in there, Madison Candle. There's Cowart. Looks like Cowart has picked up a little bit of intensity here as we go midway through or early on in the second half. He's playing with a little more aggression and intensity than he did in that first half.
Yeah, he surely has, and there's sense of urgency at this point with it moving on here.
Cowart, the senior. There's a shot off to the right side. It's up and it's in. That is Madison Candle. From long range out, goes up and gets the goal. That gives a 3-1 lead. So just 2.5 minutes later at 15:25, Candle gets her goal.
Credit the goal to Madison Candle.
It sounds like Candle was able to go in and get that one. 3-1 now here. Some 15 minutes, just a third of the way home in the second half. And this Knights team look like they're starting to be the aggressor here, Chuck.
I agree. I mean, fancy uniforms, fancy footwork. Here we go.
Rolling right along here, Louisiana Christian University is the site of the ACEL Varsity CoEd State Championship game. Semifinal number 1 tonight, and it's the Knights of Southwest Louisiana. They are up 3-1 in this one. Your goal, the first goal in the first half, Zachary Escade. Then at the 13-minute mark of the second was Cowart. Right back 2:25 later was Madison Candle, the freshman, going in and getting the goal.
Yeah, this cold weather sure would be nice. My wife is a baker, and she makes some really nice apple pies. Does that fancy work on it?
Stop. Look, between you and our illustrious PA guy, I can't get wow. This is something. Look, and folks at home, you're only hearing one half of it. You're not hearing the things that are coming from the other end of the press box. So consider yourselves enjoying a good one and only having to hear one half of the frivolity that is going high atop Louisiana Christian University. "17 minutes into this one. John Paul the Great not out of this one. We've seen some physicality from those guys, specifically out of Salvatierra and Pagan here in the second half, unable to get anything going. Johnson has been solid between the pipes.
At this point in time, it'd definitely be it would behoove them to get the ball on the other side of the field, as far as across the field, and start kicking it down.
So you're playing the down the hill thing, trying to use a little bit of time there. I see what you're doing.
Absolutely.
There goes that John Paul the Great team taking their warm-up lap, I guess, if you will.
Or to go around and keep the ball from going down the hill like they did before.
Spun around, Knights have it, and looking to press once again as Cowart getting it back to center field.
Center field.
That's right. See, I'm learning
You're
as I go.
right.
If Pagan, it just kicks that one out of bounds, and that will get things going rather than trying to go in there and corral that one. He goes and gets it out of there. Good job jumping in and putting the stop on that was Genevieve Cowart. Bryce Cowart clears that one out of there, gets it close to the heel, and unable to get it right through the bench and under and down to the hill.
Thought we were going to see a limbo attempt there.
Look, it's the game inside the game here, I tell you. And now if you are the Knights, you want to keep a little bit of pressure in, but your main objective here is to keep that ball out of your scoring zone and get yourselves an opportunity to go play for another opportunity for a state championship. You've got to keep attacking. See, that's what you're able to do, is just clear the ball and get it out of there.
Yeah, don't have to worry about passing it up the field. Just clear it. Create distance.
And look, in no hurry to go after the ball. One of the players from the other team went out there and got it and brought it in, but I think you're content just to let that run a little bit. I agree with you, Chuck.
Kind of not knowing is kind of a good thing at this point, as far as the time goes.
Been a fairly clean played semifinal game. Hadn't heard many whistles other than just a few of the offsides calls. That's been about it.
Yeah, hadn't seen any cards flash, which is nice.
Should be on y'all. You and Rich both got yellow cards up here.
We took your whistle.
3-1 Knights have the lead. You see that on our Louisiana Iron Laser Center scoreboard. Good kick across, mistimed on the kick there, and that's going to turn it over. The Knights will have it going back the other way.
Referee's pointing to around the 40 on the near side hash.
So it's going to turn over and go to John Paul the Great. JPG Academy needs this one. Tighten this thing back up. A lot of time left in it, but you certainly would like to see them get this thing a little closer. We're 22 minutes in to it here. That one, Sky, just over the top. Coming up, Johnson goes out there and look, that's kind of no man's land.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to go up there, and the goalie's got it. You don't go and play on it, but that ball bounced out of there. And Cowart that clears that one out. There's Escudé again, make a correction. Yeah, that is Zachary Escudé had a shot at another run out. Just got away from him. Halfway home now in the second half. 3-1, Knights have the lead. They had a couple of goals within a 2-minute stretch there around the 13 to 15 minute mark.
Turf monster got him.
Look, these young men and women have been running around for a while out there now in this cold. Clears out. There's going to be a shot just off to the right. A good save inside by Johnson. Don't know that it would have went in at all, but he's diving, giving it everything he's got. And that is Grayson Johnson, the 8th grader that is in there, has been doing big work in goal tonight for this Knights team.
He has indeed. I mean, great effort there, sliding attempt. Things getting ready to get back to action. Cowart, good job. It controls the ball from wherever he's at. We've seen him use a shoulder, seen him use his head, knee, I mean, everything. Yeah. Yeah, anything to try to get past his defender to make an advance on the ball.
Up in the air, he's got classic soccer playing body control out there.
Yes.
Look, now you're starting to see some of the John Paul the Great team on the sideline get the ball up and get it back inside quick. Shot centers there and not out there, but instead of letting the ball roll around and get to the fence, they're going over the bench players from John Paul the Great are getting the ball and getting it back in there quick, now wanting to save a little bit of time as best they can. That one goes harmlessly off to the right and back between the T and the S in the Wildcats end zone. Our conversationalists have relocated, so
have pulled an Elvis on us.
The ambiance back up and going.
They have left the seats.
3-1, Knights have the lead. Picked up one in the first. Equalized by John Paul the Great there in the first, not moments later, and then it's been a couple of goals to none here in the second, as we are now in the second half of half number 2, 25 minutes in. Coward's going to think about it, and similar to a point guard on a basketball court pulling the ball back out, he resets rather than crashes in.
Thought about that same basketball analogy earlier when they were passing it through and just kind of staying out, kind of like that weave we've seen in basketball so many times.
Now you start playing it in sections, and you're just trying to keep it on. There's now 3 soccer balls down the hill, so they're out of the extras that were to the near side. Have to go up and get that one quickly. Again, if you're enjoying ACEL Championship Sports, stick around, follow the channel that we're on. We will be back here next week bringing you the basketball, both the boys and girls basketball champions from H.O. West Fieldhouse, just up the hill here in Pineville on the campus of Louisiana Christian University. Cowart goes in there and gets that one out. Shoots it down the hill. Chuck, they may have talked about that early on. You certainly picked that one up early in the first half.
I would, I promise you. You know, fat boy running around it isn't real good, but, you know, you don't see any fat boys out on the field either. So.
No. There's Coward in that group as they're working their way into plus territory. Gets cleared out by John Paul the Great. They're going to have an opportunity here if they can get numbers in. Unable to get back. Johnson once again racking up the saves in this one. Young man's going to have a pretty good career back there as just an 8th grader.
They got many years to continue, and he's done well in this game.
Been solid tonight. There's down the sideline they go. Crosses it over. Nobody there ready for the centering pass, but a great job getting down the field was Damian Cowart.
Kept it in play, but lost it there for just a moment, and it went out.
Substitutions getting ready to check back in for the Knights. That's Trip Spire that's coming in, being joined. Candle makes her way back in, and Riley Richmond. 3-1, Knights have the lead. We are 29 minutes into half number 2. Again, we've got another semifinal coming up after this one. One of these two teams will play for a CoEd Varsity State Championship tomorrow at 2 o'clock.
Nice block.
It's cleared around, getting it back over to Cowart. He's going to try to outrun the competition. Crosses this one in, and just outside the outstretched. And looks like to the near side, Cowart is shaken up just a bit. And good to see Coward get back up. They'll give him just a little bit of time to get back going. Looking at things, trying to see and get Coward from. But beautiful centering pass by Coward just out of the outstretched reach of Riley Richmond. Would have been a beautiful one as the goalie, Pagan, had come all the way out to defend on Coward, thinking that the shot was coming in. Looks like Micah Thomas is going back in goal. If I saw that correct, number 0, Micah Thomas will go back in at goal for John Paul the Great.
I believe that was correct, Doug. Big throw in from the other side there.
Getting the gloves on, getting set, and getting ready to go.
Almost like a surgeon down there having to get some assistance to get those gloves on.
Right.
Those big human-sized puppet mitts that they...
Human-sized puppets? Did you really say that?
Human-sized puppet mitts.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. I just don't know with you. That's at Chuck Perkins. If you're looking for, you can find him on social media anywhere you go. Here the Knights clearing this one, just trying to protect. We might not get invited back next weekend. I talk about us coming back. We might. Goodness, no.
Well,
we love the ACEL folks here. They have great organization. Stumbled across this group while they were here with their volleyball and 8-man football, and just a lot of great people we were able to meet. And we've had a lot of messages after our games from parents and players that went back and watched it. Just wonderful people involved in this organization.
Absolutely, and it's been a joy for everything that we've done with them, and looking for so many more adventures with them. Just a great group of folks, parents, players, everyone.
You see, so that's the obligatory making up for the bad jokes of Chuck is what that is. We can schmooze with the best of them here.
I have worked in government before, Doug.
Hadn't we all?
So.
John Paul the Great Academy needing to get back into this thing. 32 minutes into the second half. Just about 12 minutes remaining here, and they find themselves down 3-1. Got to be on the attack. We saw a lot of work out of Miguel Pagan and Anthony Salvatierra. They're going to have to get something going. Again, it was Miguel Pagan that had the goal for this John Paul the Great Academy. You've had goals from Kendall, Escade, and Cowart for the Knights.
And this has turned out to be a nice night as it is.
There's a throw in over the top. I got nobody to blame but myself. I brought you on board, so I got to. The Knights, as you see out there in that blue and orange, the John Paul the Great in their white jerseys with black shorts or pants, depending on who's out there with it. Need this one, banging around in there. Good job defensively. Johnson came out of the box to try to get to that one and thankfully cleared out of there. There goes Pagan again. He's got to find something happening. He's mixing it up quickly, but it's good work by that Knights team looking to clear once again. And we've got a John Paul the Great player that is shaken up just a little bit. You know, the tail end of these soccer matches, Chuck, it's no wonder more fatigue and then banging around in this cold. And, you know, you get up and you bang heads with somebody in this cold weather. That doesn't help. But look, what a competitor Miguel Pagan is, the junior. So he's got another year to come back in there. He has been solid for this John Paul the Great team. He and Salvatierra will be back as seniors next season. That one comes to the near side, and a save is made and launched now out of there. Going down the sideline, and
will it make it?
Cleared out. It's yeah, it's going to find the last little bit of the hill. And if you are John Paul the Great Academy, you don't want that happening. You don't want it going down the hill.
Definitely don't. And if I can cast some shade, Doug, talking about your own demise and that you brought me on.
Back to action we go. Cowart making chase to the near side, going to be forced out of bounds. It's good effort to the near side by both of those players.
I was just
see how we're unable to get there. Well, I've been impressed with Cowart tonight. He again the reigning state MVP, so we knew that we would do it. The first half, I guess, was more of a feeling out period, but his intensity level has picked up. He's been dishing, he's been in there, and now he's looking to try to get another one. He's taken down, though, and they'll play on the other way.
I had an opportunity to work with Rich a while back at soccer. Another 1 year we worked together at a soccer championship. Is that it? I believe so. I heard the whistle blow. I believe that is.
That is it. That's the end here. 35 minutes in, and a takedown to the near side.
Your final score in this
3-1. Southwest Louisiana Knights win this one 3-1. You had goals from Bryce Cowart at the 13-minute mark. And the 15-25 mark, it was Madison Candle. The lone goal in the first half was Acri Escade. Escade got the goal in the first. They will move on to play that game at 2 o'clock. You'll see this John Paul the Great Academy team that will play the consolation game at noon, and it will be here as well. So we appreciate all of you that tuned in for this one. Now, we remind you to like and follow the page that you're watching, our 446 page, because you'll be able to hop back on and see the next one when we go live. And that is set to go off in about 25 minutes or so. 7 o'clock is airtime. We'll be back on the air in about 5 minutes until 7 o'clock or a tad earlier if it dictates that. Guys, don't go anywhere. It's been a thriller. One ticket punched to the championship. That's another opportunity for the Southwest Louisiana Knights to get their state championship. They've not done it in the previous attempts. We'll see you when we come back. You're watching semifinal action of the ACEL Varsity CoEd Soccer State Championships right here on 446 Sports.